Hello, guys. So here's another podcast, and I I'll also call a host in my podcast through video. I'll send him the questions, and he'll send me back his answer, and I'll attach to this podcast. So yeah, here we go. Welcome to Unbreakable: The Mind Muscle Connection, the podcast where sweat meets science and discipline builds destiny. I'm your host, Danish Noshad, athlete, coach, and someone who's walked the path of grit, grind, and growth. Today's episode is a powerful one. We are breaking down why motivation is a liar and why discipline is the real MVP of your fitness journey. If you have ever felt stuck, inconsistent, or just tired of the hype, this one's for you. So, segment 1, the myth of motivation. Let's start with a hard truth. Motivation is unreliable. It's like that flaky friend who hypes you up for the party and then ghosts you when it's time to leave. You don't need motivation to wake up early. You need a reason. You don't need hype music for your workout. You need habits that don't ask how you feel. Every athlete, every champion, every transformation story you admire, none of them woke up motivated every day. They showed up regardless. That's discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't want to do it. The segment 2 is how to build discipline like a muscle. Here's the good news: discipline is trainable. Like a muscle, it grows with reps. Tip 1: start small. Set micro goals. Not I'll train 2 hours a day. Start with I'll do 10 push ups a day no matter what. Tip 2: lock it into routine. Same time, same place. When the brain knows what's next, resistance drops. Fitness becomes automatic. Tip 3: track it. Track it. Use a journal, calendar, or app. There are lots of these things available in the market, even in online or offline. Seeing your progress keeps you hooked even on low energy days. And tip 4: forgive slip ups, but never quit. Missed a session? That's fine. But the next one, that's non negotiable. One lost battle doesn't mean you have lost the war. And now it's time for our guest. Today, I have got someone special with me. First time in my podcast, multiple time national kettlebell champion, several times kettlebell world champion, several record holder, and one of the finest Indian fitness coach. It's Vinay Sangwan, all the way from New Delhi. The first question for you is, what role has discipline played in your journey?
Discipline. What role discipline has played in my life? Well, in my opinion, anything big, special, any achievement, any goal, everything big in life is based on this very important factor, very important principle, very important practice, which is called discipline. Without discipline, I don't think anyone can achieve anything big or important. I don't think anyone can stand out. So, discipline is the most basic and the most important ingredient in uh, anything good you do in life or anything good you achieve in life.
The second question is, how do you push through bad days?
How do I push through during my bad days? I would want to answer this question in context to my kettlebell sport journey. I also have my bad days just like any other human being. I also feel low, demotivated. A human mind is bound to feel low and demotivated at times. You cannot be always pepped up. So whenever I feel down or whenever I feel like giving up on a session or not showing up for a session, uh, I just ask myself a question: why I got into this kettlebell sport journey. That why is really important. And kettlebell sport to me is not just a random source of entertainment. It is much beyond that. I have attached kettlebell sport to my identity. So whenever I feel like cheating or taking any shortcuts or giving up on my workout, I am immediately reminded by the universe that it is not just a random session I'll be missing out on, but it would hurt my identity, which is not acceptable.
And the third and the last question for you, sir, is what's one piece of advice for beginners stuck in the motivation trap?
What advice do I give to the beginners who are stuck in motivation trap? Words like motivation, preparation, according to me, these words are overrated. What's important is showing up over and over again, consistency, repetition work. So, anything you do in life, anything, I mean, right from your school days to your college days to your adulthood, anything you achieve, that is achieved by this word called consistency, discipline. You got to do the repetitive work. You got to show up every single day. You got to do one thing over a longer period, not just today, not just tomorrow, but you know, you have to do something keeping longevity in mind. Then only you would achieve your so-called goal. So I mean, self motivation, preparation, all these things are important, but what is most important is that consistency. So focus on the consistency, focus on showing up every single day, even if you do this much of work, but if you're doing it regularly, that will make a lot of difference as compared to doing something really voluminous once in a while. So you got to be doing your hard work, your any task on a repetitive basis. I often say and believe in this one thought: no matter what needs to be done shall be done.
Thank you so much. And now let me share something personal. I was not always disciplined. I used to chase motivation, videos, quotes, Instagram reels. Some days I felt like a lion, other days I skipped workouts, binged food, felt guilty. But the shift happened when I stopped asking, do I feel like it today? And started saying, this is what I do now. And everything changed. Not overnight, but day after day, I built an identity. Not of someone who wants to be fit, but of someone who is. And the final message would be become who you said you would be. Hear that again. Become who you said you would be. Look, you don't need more motivation, you need action. You need to show up even when no one's watching, especially them. Your future self is already waiting. You just need to earn your way there. Not through hype, but through habits. The pain of discipline is always less than the pain of regrets. And if this episode hit you home, share it with someone who needs it. Tag me on your Instagram and Facebook on my ID and tell me what's one discipline you are going to start building this week. And if you loved this episode, subscribe, leave a review, and stay tuned. We have got more real talk, expert guests, and no BS fitness strategies coming up. Until next time, stay strong, stay focused, and stay unbreakable.